Headfuck was basically an idea that came from me doing a mashup of Porter Robinson Language, which was quite a big track, and I used various samples and various ideas within the mashup, and it, rather than a normal mashup, it was a crazy idea with lots of things going on, and I sort of just thought, this is a bit of a headfuck, it's not a mashup, so I just called it the Ben Nicky Headfuck, and then that really was the reason, the only thing the only reason that name started was because of that mashup, and now it's, the name of my world tours is Headfuck Tours, my radio show is called Headfuck. Everyone on social media will always write something. I could be like, hi, I'm coming to Miami, then they'd be like, come and headfuck us, it's a word that now is related to me. So yeah, that is how Headfuck started. Because in England, headfuck means just like you can't deal with it. It's crazy. It's all over the place. It's like a mad feeling in your head. If I had an ear fuck, I probably wouldn't be a DJ. I'd probably have no ears. So I don't think that would work. The logo for Headfuck was actually made on an iPhone app. I saw another DJ post a picture where you could make a picture of yourself on an iPhone app. So I made a picture of myself, and it looked so similar. I actually used that to I used that for my own logo, and it literally took me 10 seconds, probably 5 seconds to make that logo. And it's so simple, and yet that's my logo. Maybe I'll change it soon. When I get older, I'll have to put grey hair on it and maybe a bit fatter. But yeah, at the moment, I think it looks very much like me, and I made it very quickly. So basically, around 5-6 years ago, I knew I had to learn to produce. I knew that I was quite a good DJ. I'd been a resident DJ for years, but I knew producing was what I needed to do. Time-wise, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't great at producing. It took me a long time to learn, and I had, as many other producers, I had lots of people that helped me along the way. Steve Allen, for example, was one of my friends, James, my friend Dave in London, another friend, James. James Diamond has been a great influence to me. And for me, it was really about getting people that were a lot more expert in this scene to give me a lot of advice during the time. And now I can, I can sit in a hotel room now and happily plod along and make a track. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and take credit for being an amazing producer or anything, because I have had a lot of people help me along the way. But there's a lot of things I want to learn still, and I still haven't learned. Like for example, I still go to piano lessons. Like I want to get as good as I can on the piano. Because that's one thing that my granddad did, so I want to maybe follow in his footsteps. But yeah, producing, when you're touring, it's very hard to say I'm going to spend 2 hours a day on it. I often do it when I'm home and I've got a 1 week or 2 week break. My all-time hero in the scene will be, and this is a big question, my all-time hero is Ozzy Osbourne. You didn't expect that, did ya? My all-time hero is Ozzy Osbourne. One, because can I swear on this? 1, because he doesn't give a fuck. 2, because he's himself. 3, because he's got a crazy image. And 4, because he tours and he represents his own brand and people love him for it. So he is my hero and always has been. Also, people like back in the day, like Marilyn Manson, Nicky Six from Motley Crue. That's why Nicky is actually my middle name. And that's why my dad named me after him, from Motley Crue. Tommy Lee, people like these. Like rock is why I'm a little bit more rocky. Rock music was my influence. So that is probably the reason why I am the way I am. Musically influenced as well. Like I said, before we had this interview, my family, my dad was in a rock band. My granddad's a piano player. My other cousin is a very well-known piano player and a teacher. So for me, that is heavily the influence. My influences in uplifting trance were Thomas Bronswear, Daniel Candy, Simon Patterson, and Sean Tyas, mainly because they were just great producers, great uplifting melodies, and music-wise it just made me feel really good about myself, and that's really what got me into uplifting trance. It was more of a feeling than just a genre of music. I started listening to trance music back in probably 2003, 2004. I was into drum and bass first of all. I had vinyl 1210 Technics, had drum and bass, and then I heard Ian Van Dahl Castles in the Sky on telly, which I know isn't really a trance track, but at the time it was you know, good. And Sash, Encore une fois, you know, yeah. And then Moro Picotto Lizard I had on vinyl, and this is what got me into trance. As soon as I heard it, I was hooked. I don't personally have a problem with people that have switched to different genres. It's their life, it's their career, it's down to them. I personally believe that if you're loved for being a certain type of DJ and a certain style, I think you will go very far. If someone comes to you with £1 million and offers you, you know, a certain deal, as a human being, you're going to take it. You know, if I worked in a grocery store and someone came up to me and said, look, I'll make you manager tomorrow, here's an extra, I'm going to give you 3 times the amount of money, of course you're going to take it. But deep down, like, I know that I really myself probably could have maybe gone to house, gone to techno and tried something different, but I love trance. I won't ever change it, and thankfully I'm successful, and I won't stop it. I don't think I'll ever change, but there are people out there that have done it, and I can't really comment because everyone's got different reasons, and I know people probably want me to say something really bad to this question, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut on this one occasion. I wouldn't say there's a favourite trance producer of mine at the moment. I like lots of people. Simon Patterson's probably one of my favourites. Ian Standerwick, a good friend of mine as well. James Diamond, very close friend, one of my favourite producers. I wouldn't say there's anyone specifically that I look out for when I get music from, but I would say those 3 I'll always listen to. No, first of all, before anyone else. So those 3 at the moment are my favourite 3. My all-time favourite track is a hardcore track, which no one would believe, but it reminds me of my youth. It's nothing to do with trance, but it's Darren Styles. I can't remember the name of it, which is even worse, but it's my favourite track. I've got it on my phone. I listen to it all the time, and I haven't listened to it for years, but it reminds me of my childhood. And Darren Styles for me is one of my favourite producers, and I'm lucky enough to have met the guy, and I speak to him on Twitter, and I listen to hardcore a lot when I'm not listening to trance. It's just a crazy, really fast music. It's like 180 BPM, but he makes like emotional hardcore, and for me it's just amazing. And for me, from a memory point of view, from school, childhood, that's for me is the best. But also, if I look at other bands, there's bands like Kiss, Metallica, Korn, Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit My Way is another one of my favourite tracks. It's like My Way or the Highway. It's basically saying, like, if you don't like me, then you can fuck off, you know. And for me, that is like a message that I like. So that's another track for me that's amazing. In trance, I don't have a favourite track. There's too many, and I wouldn't want to be biased. I think that everyone is entitled to their own opinion on music, and that's why music's so good, because different types of music affect people in different ways. And you know, some people will like jazz music, some people like trance, some people like house. I can't comment on that. Everyone has their own personal taste. You know, some people go to a restaurant and they like sushi. Some people like to have burger and chips. You know, it's personal taste. If I would never judge anyone based on what music they like. So that question really. Obviously, I love real trance, but if someone doesn't like it, I can't force them. But of course, I love trance, and I love the trance fans. My favourite venue to play is probably Ministry of Sound in London. From a DJing point of view, 6 to 8 CDJs in front of you, ice cannons going off. It's only an hour from my house. It's my home territory. It would be nice if there was more trance fans there, because there's a lot of tourism there as well. It would be nice if there was sometimes a few more trance, like purist fans that went. But the production's great, the visuals are great, the sound system's the best in the world. The promoters are great. You know, I work very well with them, and I'd say Ministry of Sound for me is my favourite club in the world to play yet.
Gonna put this fire out and never let this break.
I used to play in India 2 or 3 times a year. But the scene sort of not died, but the the trance has gone very EDM there. It's very sort of big name there rather than the purest trance. So I've had a request to go back many times, but it's just the logistics in that country are quite hard to make happen at the moment. But I'm hoping to go back this year. We've already had a lot of requests, so my tour diary, we're trying to fit it in, but hopefully this year. Angelina from Arizona. It's a catchy name. It sounds good. I'd happily give her a hug. Hope it would be even nicer giving a hug if she was, you know, really hot as well. But of course she can have a hug, no problem, man. Free hugs for everyone. Free love. Even my manager in his interview's laughing at me. But if I don't hug her, then someone else will. But no, I genuinely, of course, I'll give her a hug, no problem. As long as she's put some antiperspirant on first. To be honest, Ukraine and Eastern Europe is a territory that I haven't really crossed yet. Eastern Europe for me is a new territory that I really want to sort of broaden into. I've done Russia a few times and Poland and Czech Republic, but now for me that is probably one of the things that I need to do this year or next year, is get into these sort of territories. And Ukraine is somewhere that hasn't really had a massive cry out for sort of 140 trance. So I'd love to, and if there's anyone listening to this that has got a good voice from Ukraine, hit me up. Without music, my life is actually pretty boring, if I'm honest. When I'm at home, off tour, I'm at the gym, I'm eating, I'm single, so it's pretty boring. You know, I'm very jet lagged, so, you know, I don't want to meet up with people. I just want to be on my own. So I think without music, it would be terrible. My family are very important to me, so I'd probably live a lot closer to my family and my dogs. But I think if you're talking from a job point of view, I would be a salesman, because I've been a salesman all my life before I was a DJ, before it became my full-time job. So I would think I'd be a car salesman like I used to be, because I enjoyed that, and I liked meeting new people every day, and I liked making people spend loads of money. Do I collect topless pics of chicks? Well, I'll be honest. On Snapchat, I do get some funny things sent through to me, and I don't even ask for it. You know, I don't beg for anything. I never ask for it. And I have took a few screenshots of some of the funny ones. So yeah, on my phone there is a folder, I'll be honest, that some of the other DJs have been laughing about me for it, but I find it hilarious. And if you're a girl and you send me a random picture, and I haven't asked for it, and you're not someone who I'm close to, I've screenshotted it and I'll show my friends. It's your fault. You shouldn't have sent it to me. Stop doing things like that. If your boyfriend finds out, you're in trouble.